Hello, I am Jonathon Leflore. I am a student at CVCC and am part of the Challenger Early College High School program. This semester I have taken and am still part of Introduction to Ethics. A recent assignment had us read a book called Second Chances by Chuck Gallagher. I normally do not like books such as this, but by that I mean books that are meant to convey a moral point through another person's experiences. I don't find them interesting at all, but this one was interesting to me. One of the points that stood out in my mind was said almost immediately when starting the book was that whatever your action is, no matter how small, how big, how insignificant, your actions have consequences. And they may not be immediate, but eventually those consequences will make themselves known to you. These consequences can range from anything from, say, going to prison to getting a 0 on an assignment if you didn't do it. This also meant a lot to me. I compared it to my life, I thought back, and I realized, yes, every action I had has a consequence. A lot of them were not immediate. A prime example of this is when I decided to join the Challenger program. I originally did not want to, but I decided to just give it a try, see if I liked it. I did not have a very good early school life. I was bullied constantly. I had no friends. My grades started slipping, or at least they did when I was younger. And then I decided to apply. I was put on a waiting list, and I eventually got in. I was confused at the beginning, and it was a very troubling time. I knew no one. The work doubled, maybe even tripled at some points, and I had almost no free time compared to what I used to have. I used to have all the weekends free, almost every day after school. Now all that time was devoted to homework. But I enjoyed it. My grades went up. I got friends. I actually started talking to people. No one bullying is not allowed. If you do, you get kicked out. That was one of the main selling points for me to go there in the first place. And I enjoyed it. And also, one of the things at Challenger that had a lot of impact and consequence would be we were required to do community service. It showed me a lot about my community, which I thought was fine, just a normal, everyday, small, rural community in North Carolina. I never realized there were people who needed help, who needed houses, who needed food, jobs. I thought that was all existed in bigger cities or larger towns, such as Hickory. I never realized that existed where I live in Alexander County, but this taught me a lot. It taught me to realize all the actions and the consequences they have, such as anything from my homework, which I often leave off to the very last minute, to larger things in my life, such as applying to which college I want to, my deciding a job that I want. Everything that I do, everything anyone does, has a consequence, and we must live with those consequences, such as Chuck Gallagher did when he went to prison.